Do you think there's some number, or perhaps a very, very large number of intelligent alien civilizations out there?
Yes, would be hard to think otherwise. I think Bostrom had a new article not that long ago on why that might not be the case, that the Drake equation might not be the kind of in story on it. But when I look at the total number of Kepler planets just that we're aware of just galactically, and also like when those life forms were discovered in Mono Lake that didn't have the same 6 primary atoms, I think it had arsenic replacing phosphorus as one of the primary aspects of its energy metabolism. We get to think about that the building blocks might be more different. So the physical constraints, even that the planets have to have, might be more different. It seems really unlikely, not to mention interesting things that we've observed that are still unexplained. As you've had guests on your show discussing Tic Tac and
the ones that have visited.
Yeah.
Well, let's dive right into that. What do you make sense of the rich human psychology of there being hundreds of thousands, probably millions of witnesses of UFOs of different kinds on Earth, most of which I presume are conjured up by the human mind through the perception system? Some number might be true. Some number might be reflective of actual physical objects, whether it's drones or testing military technology that's secret, or otherworldly technology. What do you make sense of all of that? Because it's gained quite a bit of popularity recently. There's some sense in which that's us humans being hopeful and dreaming of otherworldly creatures as a way to escape the dreariness of the human condition. But in another sense, it really could be something truly exciting that science should turn its eye towards. So where do you place it?
Speaking of turning eye towards, this is one of those super fascinating, actually super consequential, possibly, topics that I wish I had more time to study and just haven't allocated. So I don't have firm beliefs on this because I haven't got to study it as much as I want. So what I'm going to say comes from a superficial assessment. While we know there are plenty of things that people thought of as UFO sightings that we can fully write off, we have other better explanations for them. What we're interested in is the ones that we don't have better explanations for, and then not just immediately jumping to a theory of what it is, but holding it as unidentified and being curious and earnest. I think the Tic Tac one is quite interesting and made it in major media recently, but I don't know if you ever saw the Disclosure Project. A guy named Stephen Greer organized a bunch of mostly U.S. military and some commercial flight people who had direct observation and classified information disclosing it at a CNN briefing. And so you saw high-ranking generals, admirals, fighter pilots all describing things that they saw on radar with visual, with their own eyes or cameras, and also describing some phenomena that had some consistency across different people. And I find this interesting enough that I think it would be silly to just dismiss it. And specifically, like we can ask the question, how much of it is natural phenomena, ball lightning or something like that? And this is why I'm more interested in what fighter pilots and astronauts and people who are trained in being able to identify flying objects and atmospheric phenomena have to say about it. I think the thing, then you could say, well, are they more advanced military craft? Is it some kind of human craft? The interesting thing that a number of them describe is something that's kind of like right angles at speed, or if not right angles, acute angles at speed, but something that looks like a different relationship to inertia than physics makes sense for us. I don't think that there are any human technologies that are doing that, even in really deep underground black projects. Now, one could say, okay, well, could it be a hologram? Well, would it show up on radar if radar is also seeing it? And so I don't know. I think there's enough. I mean, and for that to be a massive coordinated psyop, is it as interesting and ridiculous in a way as the idea that it's UFOs from some extraplanetary source. So it's up there on the interesting topics.
To me, if it is at all alien technology, it is the dumbest version of alien technology. It's so far away. It's like the old crappy VHS tapes of alien technology. These are like crappy drones that just floated, or even like space, to the level of like space junk, because it is so close to our human technology. We talk about it moves in ways that's unlike what we understand about physics, but it still has very similar kind of geometric notions and something that we humans can perceive with our eyes, all those kinds of things. I feel like alien technology most likely would be something that we would not be able to perceive, not because they're hiding, but because it's so far advanced that it would be beyond the cognitive capabilities of us humans. Just as you were saying, as per your answer for aliens summarizing Earth, it's the starting assumption is they have similar perception systems, they have similar cognitive capabilities, and that very well may not be the case.